Hello, welcome to Nuggets for Life. My name is Peter Müller and I have created this video series to share with you some ideas and concepts that can change your life. Let's get on with it. Hi, today we talk about nugget number 7, energy and body weight. Energy is what everything is all about. Now, we have basically two major forms of energy we are dealing with all day long. We have on the one hand side potential energy, which is stored energy, which is chemical energy, for example, in our nutrition, in fruits, vegetables, also in meat, for example, or in starch. We have also gravitational energy, or we have also elastic energy. For example, a rubber band, the moment it is under tension, it has energy and it's get released when we release it. We have also another potential energy, the nuclear energy, which is then carefully released in nuclear power plants. On the other hand, the very obvious forms of energy are the energies which are called kinetic energies. The number one, the most well-known one, is the thermal energy, simply heat. When we heat up water, the molecules move faster and we increase the energy in the water, and we can actually bring the water to evaporate, and then it goes into water vapor, and when we take energy out, it goes actually to ice cubes. Then we have electrical energy. We have it everywhere. We have it now. We use it now in cars. We use it for cooking purposes. We use it for light and so forth. Or electrical engines like our mixers in the kitchen and the sewing machine and so forth. Then we have as kinetic energies the magnetic energy, which can be used, and also mechanical energy. For example, the bullet, when we shoot with a gun, the mechanical energy, the energy in the bullet is transferred the moment it hits the target. Or the mechanical energy when a car is going with high speed into a wall. The mechanical energy then is released to break the wall and basically destroy the car. So these are the main forms. We have also other forms, the light energy and sound energy, which we actually sense with our eyes and ears. Now, in nature, one of the biggest energy conversions there are two major processes: photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis is the process which happens in green plants, that in the presence of carbon dioxide and water and light energy at the green surface in a plant, in the chlorophyll, it actually creates glucose, a sugar, which is a high energy carbohydrate, and oxygen, which we are breathing. On the other hand, we have respiration. In every living cell, respiration is happening, which is the reverse process. It uses glucose and other carbohydrates and oxygen, and actually we burn it in a catabolic process and convert it ultimately into water and carbon dioxide, which goes back into nature, and the plants use carbon dioxide and water again to produce carbohydrates. So when you look at the bottom, you see 6 carbon dioxides plus 6 water molecules produce 1 glucose molecule and 6 oxygen molecules. And in respiration, out of 1 glucose molecule and 6 oxygen molecules, we produce 6 carbon dioxides and 6 water molecules. When you look at the middle, it explains it on the chart on the left-hand side a little bit more in detail. But this basic equation, this dynamic equilibrium is happening all over the world every day and every night. That's how humans and animals and plants, how they live off each other basically in their biochemical and energy conversion processes. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process. It creates high energy containing chemical molecules, carbohydrates, and in respiration, the high energy chemicals are broken down into water, carbon dioxide, and into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the universal currency of energy in all of our body cells. And this is one of the key two processes which make the world go around, basically. Now, how does it relate to our body weight? Very simply. Our body needs energy simply to survive. The basic functions of breathing and having our heart rate going, our brain for thinking needs energy. We need to keep our body temperature up. So we have on the input side in our nutrition carbohydrates, proteins, and fat in the various forms. They come in a high energy form to us. We also have to add fluids in the form of water, juices, soda, and alcohol. And we need also minerals, vitamins, hormones, and phytochemicals, but those don't have a lot of calories, in other words, energy to bring to the table, but they are used for the biochemical processes. On the output side in our body, we have our base metabolism, which is basically the energy the body needs for breathing, heart rate, thinking, that we simply don't die. Then we have the second amount of energy we need for our day-to-day activities. Walking, sitting in the office, the everyday normal activities. Then at a third level, we have some extraordinary physical exercise when we are not construction workers, and so we go to the gym and burn extra calories. Now, if those three sources don't burn or use up all the calories which we have inputted on the input side, the body simply takes it and stores it in the form of body fat. Body fat is for the body an energy, chemical, high energy reserve which it keeps, and when we go on a diet we actually burn this body fat off, or when we do excessive long-term physical exercise. Another form, but it is not in such high quantities, glycogen is a complex carbohydrate molecule. That's another way the body can store carbohydrates in the body. Again, this is a short version of it. On the input side, we have the energy input in the form of calories in nutrition, carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And it's also important, number one, the quantity, how many calories we take in, and the quality, the mix, the relationship of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. And on the output side, we have base metabolism, day-to-day activities, and physical exercise. And if we have excess energy in our body from surplus input, then our body produces body fat. Now, in order to get rid of 1 kilogram of body fat, which is an equivalent to 2.2 American pounds, we have to burn about 7,000 kilocalories. That is a big number, and in our next nuggets we go in detail how it actually works. Now, we know that the vast majority of diets fail, besides for the need of changing our eating and exercise habits fundamentally, but the three major other reasons why 95% of all weight loss programs fail on the long term is, number one, people underestimate the amount of calories they take in. They underestimate how much they eat and drink, basically. Number two, they overestimate what their base metabolism is, what the body actually needs for survival, basically, plus our day-to-day activities. And number three, we all overestimate on how much we actually burn when we go to the gym. And those three all together, we make the overall estimation always on the wrong side, leading to an overestimation what is on the output side of the equation, and we underestimate what we put on the input side. Now, we said on our food labels we have to be very careful when we read it. First of all, on the food label it says KCAL, kilocalories, which is 1,000 calories, the so-called big calories. Now, what is 1 calorie? It is the amount of heat or energy required to increase the temperature of 1 milliliter water from 14.5 to 15.5 degrees Celsius. So 1 big calorie, 1 kilocalorie, is the amount of energy needed to increase the temperature of 1 liter of water, 1,000 milliliters, from 14.5 to 15.5 degrees Celsius. So much about the basic equation and calories. And that's it for today. And I hope I see you for nugget number 8, where we talk about the base metabolism. See you at nugget number 8.